Okay, so I'm doing a video on actually how to complete the oath. So I'm pretty sure I explained in a previous video what the oath is and how powerful it is, and how it actually breaks all the presumed contracts that are created when your parents complete a birth certificate after your birth, and it actually puts you under the actual constitution, which will protect your sovereignty, where people are supreme. So that's pretty much what this is. It's a statement of intent. And so this video is your intent to stand under the actual law. And when I say law, I mean the law as enshrined by the people through the barons that codified the 1215 Magna Carta. And so they were like a conduit that acted on behalf of the people. The barons were, and so a baron is just a freeholder of land. That's all it meant back then. And so they stood on behalf of the people, and they put together a bunch of terms, which was just like a peace treaty between the monarch. Well, I guess when you say monarch, it just office holder of sovereign, someone who's elected into office to serve the people and protect their sovereignty. So this oath, that's what it looks like blank. So I'm going to read it again. In full knowledge of treason being committed in Parliament by delivering the sovereign peoples of this common law land into the hands of foreign powers, in understanding of some wrongs done by the present holder of the office of sovereign, from whom I now transfer my allegiance according to the law of this land. I do so willingly and wholeheartedly enter into lawful dissent. So that's different to rebellion. Rebellion means you are acting outside the law. Dissent means you are dissenting against those who are breaking the law. And I solemnly swear upon my oath to obey the direction of the Lords of the Barons Committee, whom invoked Article 61 of the 1215 Magna Carta on the 23rd of March 2001, in accordance with the royal command to do so, as long as said barons act strictly according to constitutional law at all times without deviation, until such times as redress of these present wrongs has been achieved. So even there it says royal command. So it was actually stipulated in the 1215 Magna Carta that if the crown was ever usurped, that everyone was commanded to do this very thing. And so there you can see it says we use sign. And now I'm going to show you, and then you have your witnesses. I'm going to show you what a completed one looks like. So then you'll actually be able to follow this and use this video as a guide. As soon as I bring it up, here we go. You can go step by step. So I've just used a name here. Now this one that I'm showing you is to a lord, which is just another term for baron. That's the address. You make sure you put Scotland when you send it by registered post, and it'll be international registered post. So there's your name, address, obviously whereabouts, what state you're in, and the country. And then you obviously put the date, and then you put your name here. It's pretty simple. You follow pretty much what it says. You write the date again. There's your signature, and you have 3 people witness it. They print their name, then sign it, and then they date it. All right, so 3 in a row. Ink color, when I was doing this, I was told it was red, but then I found out that's not correct. You don't have to worry about the ink color. Black is fine, even though, the whole thing about black being, it symbolizes dead. As soon as you sign, you do this oath, you are no longer under that legalese contract law. Okay, so the color doesn't matter. When I did it, I didn't know that, so I did it in red. But as soon as you do this, this is like, just frees you from all of that legalese stuff they invented. So that's pretty much what it looks like, and it's pretty straightforward. And then you will just pop it in. You will make, this will be your original, and you will make a bunch of copies because you'll need them for your notices, and you'll need to send 1 copy off to the baron. The reason why I do the baron as a preference, there is also one to self, but the preference is to use a baron because that's how it was stipulated in the actual 1215 Magna Carta. because they are acting on behalf of the people. It doesn't mean that you are owned by them or anything like that. It just means that that's how it was done. So now I'll show you the other version, which is the oath to self. It's exactly the same wording. As you can see, the same wording, nothing different. It's just you put your address here. So you're just sending it to yourself. That's the only difference. All right, still have your witnesses. The body of the wording is exactly the same as the previous one. And so a completed version, excuse me, let me bring that up. Just looks pretty much the same, except here in that corner, in that left corner, it's your name, your address, obviously where you live. You don't have to put the country because you're sending it to yourself. And yeah, you put your name, same as before, right? You've got your 3 witnesses. So they must be wet ink signatures, so that needs to be done, in a face-to-face encounter. You cannot do it for them for the oath. And yeah, there must be, I think it's over 18 to memory, and no criminal record for the last 10 years, and not a relative as well. So that's pretty straightforward, guys. So there you have it. So you can I'll just scroll back up so you can see it. And that's all there is to it. It's pretty straightforward. And when you do get your receipt, from the post office, once you send it, you will staple that to your actual original, the one that you will keep as your master copy. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. And that'll do it.